Hey guys, welcome to our this is kind of like a special podcast. We're doing kind of like an Unearthed films type special here. But anyways,
Oh
this is
yeah.
Corey's Crypt.
This is BDG Reviews.
Yeah, man. So we were doing a towards the end of this podcast, we're going to be reviewing Dis and Record of Sweet Murder, the two most recent Unearthed films releases.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think the only other two releases are from like Unearthed Classics and the Two Extreme line. So
Yeah.
but we figured we'd cover a little bit of hot pressing news or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah, just to kind of
you, you,
talk a
you
little bit
got
of it.
you got to do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and there's some cool, interesting things that have happened in the thing. The first thing I want to talk about
hmm
is something that I'm hyped for, man. Is the
hmm
or the I wouldn't even call it a third season, but the new special for Scream,
Yeah,
Scream Resurrection, and they're bringing back the classic mask.
that's so dope.
I know. And
It
another thing
really
I'm hyped
is.
for is it's
hmm
pretty much in the hood.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people won't like that, but I like it when these horror movies go to the hood. You know what I mean?
It's like how can I describe it? It's
It's the
like
essentially like, going to space. That your next step is going to
yeah,
the hood. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just kind of neat just to see, how like essentially a different group of people react to the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we've seen like suburban white kids,
Yeah.
in the first two seasons and in the movies and everything. Now we're gonna see, like in the hood.
Yeah, I have different opinions
You
about
know?
them first two seasons. Like, in
Yeah,
some parts I like it, but in sometimes I think that cast is like bland as hell. And I find that lesbian girl, I don't remember her name, but you know what I'm talking about. She
yeah,
was in
yeah,
Hellfest.
yeah.
I find her excruciatingly cringy and annoying. And I
I'm
found the people look,
kinda
and the one dude looked like Robert Pattinson. These people look too old for high school one, and it's just
that's
like,
true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is one of those towns where there's no sketchy people. Like everyone, it's like it's hard to
yeah,
explain, but this town, it's like everything's squeaky clean. Every yard in this town is kept. You know what I mean?
yeah. And like the one sketchy guy is sketchy, but like with like a heart of gold.
Yeah. And
You
the
know, and it's like
badasses in the show are
yeah,
not badass at all. You know what I mean?
no, no, not at all. You know,
That's why I'm excited for it to be in the hood. You know what I mean? I hope they
yeah.
do it right. Did you see the trailer or no?
I haven't watched it yet. I was gonna watch it earlier, but when I clicked on it, it came up like unavailable. So I don't
Oh,
know.
watch it, dude. It got me more hyped. Like, there's one shot in the trailer where it's like in a cornfield. I don't know why, but this dude's in a car and he turns the headlights on and Ghostface is standing in the cornfield and it looked sick, dude.
That's awesome. I've always liked the ghost face mask. I always thought, it's so like iconic
Yeah,
and it just works. And what makes it awesome also is the fact that, you see nothing of who's beneath it.
yeah,
You can't even see eyes or whatever. So it could literally be anybody.
yeah. Well, that's the whole,
I'm
I think, attraction of that series is you
yeah.
never know who it could be. It could be
Yeah.
anybody in any country. You just need a voice box or whatever and
Oh
a
yeah, and you heard,
motive.
they got the guy back who did the
Oh, the
voice of the
voice for
original movies. Yeah.
See,
So
I
that's
like the mask in the first two seasons,
yeah.
but it shouldn't have been Scream. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
no, like you name it something else, it would have done a hell of a lot better, I think.
yeah. And another
It's
thing I like about
it's
this too
mm,
is it's not like a full season like the first two seasons. It's a 3 night event. It's essentially
that's
like
cool.
like a mini series, two
That's good.
hours
So
through every night for 3 nights.
yeah, that's awesome.
You're gonna
I
record it like I think it's airing on H or VH1.
if I can find it over here, I'm gonna definitely try to
You
to
got
record it.
VH1?
Yeah. No, but usually whatever comes on there will get on a channel over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That
so
would really
usually
suck
there's
if
something.
Canada's not able to watch it. They would
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, we'll get it. It'll be like on like space or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Um, and if all else fails, I can probably find somewhere to stream it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
definitely have to do some special on the Scream series before that airs.
yeah, for sure.
I've been wanting to rewatch them recently too.
Yeah, I liked the Scream movies. I didn't really like Part Four.
Really?
I didn't like it just for the reason they kept going on about like how like this is gonna be like the game changer, if you will. You know, like we're gonna like people who you think like are safe, like they're gonna die in this one, and none of them do.
Yeah. See, I love Part
I
Four.
I, I expected four to end with a good how many survivors were in that? There were like three, I think. I was expecting at least two of them to die.
Yeah, well, all of them survived, I think, except obviously the who the killer was, that Julia Roberts'
Yeah,
niece, and then I think Rory Culkin or whatever the hell his name was.
yeah.
But I think
You
that's
know,
it. Like, I think all the other main people lived.
yeah. I expected Nev Campbell to die. I
Yeah.
expected like maybe David Arquette to survive, but I was expecting like a big change the way they were going on about it like before it came out. I still liked it. I still thought it was a decent little movie, but yeah, I was expecting more.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just me. You
Have you
know,
only
um,
watched it one time?
now I watched it about two or three times
Oh,
since
okay.
yeah, saw it in the theater, then got it on Blue and everything. So
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting
it's
because I really dug that. Now, did you like Part Three or no?
I
I can't
part
stand that one.
three part three there were too many like what's the word I'm looking for, like
Red herrings or whatever.
convenient coincidences.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like this is the director of this movie. He just happens to be the killer. Oh, he just happens to be like her brother.
Yeah, I
Oh, he
thought it
just
was
happens to be.
stupid as
It's
hell.
like, come on.
Yeah, it was stupid. And then they have
Yeah,
the dude who does the voice of Joe in Family Guy, and remember he played
yeah,
Buddy in Seinfeld. Like, dude,
yeah,
there was just
yeah.
something about it that was just. And they had Jay and Silent Bob in it. Remember? Like, I don't
I
know. There
kind of I
was.
kind of dug that.
Yeah, I
I
did.
mean,
I
I just
dig it,
like it
but
whenever you throw them in, just to like a random situation.
yeah.
You
And then
know?
the whole thing where it's like it almost like was too meta. Like we're filming
Yeah,
the story of the murders as a murder. It was just too meta for me. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Uh, the first two did it right.
Oh, the one and two I think are perfect.
Yeah, I actually prefer part two.
Oh, me too. Like when
Well,
I first saw who the killer was at the end of part two, it blew my mind.
I
And
know. I was
then
like, what?
yeah, then when you go back now, when I watch it,
You
it's
can
like
see all the.
obvious. It's
Yeah.
obvious as hell because she's there every time there's a killing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she's all weird, but like yeah, when I first saw that, when I found out that was Billy's mom, it blew my mind.
Yeah. I thought at first it was, it was gonna be the guy, like the movie fan, who ended up being like the second killer. I thought it was just gonna be him,
Oh yeah.
and I thought they were gonna go in a bit of a
Oh, you're talking
different.
about Timothy Elephant or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were just gonna go with the one killer thing and everything, just to change it up. But then, they brought her and it was like, oh, like yeah, so there's like more going on here. And I always wondered with that, like had our movie fanboy been not so mean about her son, whether he would have survived.
Yeah, man. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, that's the next news. It's a Scream. Just know
Yep.
July 8th, new special coming out. It actually looks really promising. I
Yeah.
think Tyga is has a cameo in it, Mary J. Blige, and I think there's some
Mm,
other rapper. I think like Kiki Palmer. So we'll see. It could either
yeah.
end up being like Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, or you know what I mean. Hopefully the
Honestly,
name Resurrection doesn't jinx it because this is
yeah.
called Scream Resurrection.
Yeah. I I know what? This is gonna sound weird, but I hope they somehow get Busta Rhymes, get him and put it in, just kind of like as like an in joke,
Yeah.
you know? He just shows up at the end. He's like doing kung fu or something.
Yeah. See, I don't mind Halloween Resurrection. Like, it's one of those ones where I don't think it's good, but
No.
I don't loathe it. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm watching
Yeah.
all the Halloweens, I'll watch it no problem.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's an interesting piece of the history.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot
You
of
know,
people clicked off right when I said that. Like, fuck this.
could be, yeah. But honestly, it's not the worst Halloween movie. You know, it's a fun cheesy movie. Let's say that.
Yeah, put it this way: I would rather watch Resurrection than
Hmm.
Part Five. I
Yeah,
hate Part Five.
I know
Like,
what you
I
mean.
find that I don't know. I just find that movie boring, and that's the worst thing a movie could be to me is just boring.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
know what you mean.
mask looked weird. I thought the kill was cool where he has the scythe or whatever.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I mean, I'm
I
I'm in
mean,
the select few where I don't see the huge appeal for Danielle Harris besides her looks as she gets older. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, she's fucking gorgeous now,
Yeah,
but
but that's the appeal. But like back then, I don't know.
yeah,
I think she's annoying. And that
I
brunette girl in that too was, oh my,
yeah,
Tina. Oh my
there,
god.
yeah. Well, essentially, let's be honest, it's a cannon fodder movie.
Yeah,
It's a movie purely because they put characters in for the sheer purpose of Michael Myers killing them,
yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as
It's
you don't, yeah, if it's not fun and it's just grueling, it's like
yeah. To me,
not even
that's
not
the
even
whole
grueling. I mean, it was very uh
generic. Like, and I thought it
yeah,
was weird. He's driving around in that dude's car with a whole different mask. Remember,
yeah.
it was like a weird
I
mask and stuff. And
yeah. And I just found it funny that like no one noticed that like it wasn't the guy.
yeah,
I mean, I don't care what you say. You can put a mask on anybody, but you know, they had completely different body types.
yeah.
It
It's
didn't look a thing like him. It's like you can't tell me like if you're sat next to someone and they're like 20 or whatever and they're wearing a mask and then you come back later and you're sat next to someone, they have different clothes on, the same mask, and they're obviously like 50 something, like that you wouldn't notice.
yeah. It's yeah. I find
It's
that boring.
yeah.
But anyway, how did we
Um,
even get started on the Halloween topic?
um.
We were just talking about Scream Resurrection's title. We went off on a little
Oh
tangent
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
But anyways, the next
yeah.
piece of news I wanted to bring up was that Terrifier 2, the
Oh yeah.
GoFundMe or whatever, announced for the goal, and it met its goal in 3 hours.
That's so cool.
It made like all its budget in just 3 hours.
Well, I
So
should damn well think so. I mean, that the first one was like a goddamn masterpiece.
I know. And then he's basically saying every extra money, it'll basically be securing a genre legend. Curious to
Yeah.
who that could be. I mean, it would be cool if they got what the hell, can't remember his name. Who's Pennywise? Not Bill Skarsgård. Tim Curry.
Oh, Tim Curry. Yeah.
That would be sick.
Uh, it would, but
I
isn't he
mean,
in a
he's in a
wheelchair
wheelchair,
now?
but still, you know what I mean.
Oh
You
yeah,
could
you could
have
have him as
Terrifier
like a
come up and chop his head off or something.
yeah. And I loved in that article I sent you about it, his plans for that
Oh
some
yeah,
giant epic kill.
yeah. I'm pretty.
Essentially, if he was running the prom that Carrie happened at, it'd be like, damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it, man. I
Yeah.
wonder if that record is still available. Like I totally forgot about the record till this moment, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it's out of I'm
might
sure it's
be.
out of print by now.
I don't know. I mean, it's
I don't even remember who put it out.
I'll just take a look. I mean, the thing is, it was a popular movie um
How low
for
budget it
us
was.
us us fans and everything, but
No,
I
that
don't know
movie
how
was
big.
huge even for non-horror fans, dude. I had a few people talk to me about it. Like,
Yeah.
my one friend Bobby, who's not a horror fan, he's not in the know at all. He's like a
Hmm.
mainstreamer, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, he's asking me, he's like, oh, I saw this movie Terrifier on Netflix. You should saw it. It's like, dude, I already got Art the Clown tatted on my body. It's like, you know what I mean? You ain't telling me nothing horror I don't already know, you
It's
know?
still available.
Really?
Yep, $25.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. I wish
Yeah,
they,
I'll
you
send you
gotta,
the link.
you gotta admit, they really dropped the ball with that cover. They could have had
Which
such a
the
better cover.
what for
The record.
the
The record.
yeah, it's yeah,
Like they
it's
could have put something so much cooler.
yeah, they could have. I mean, well, who knows? Maybe the it'll get reissued with another cover. Who knows?
Yeah. The like the Blair Witch soundtrack I got from Mondo. Like
Mm,
it's literally it looks like the Metallica Black album. Like, and if you look at it in a certain light, you could
yeah,
see the stick person or whatever, you know, the logo.
yeah.
But I really don't like it when they make these records just plain as hell like that.
No, well, I mean, the thing is, the whole appeal of vinyl is, you get like the big cover art and everything, and you can like really
Yeah.
look at it. I kid you not, if you look at like the cover of like Iron Maiden's "Somewhere in Time,"
Oh
and
yeah.
you look at it on vinyl, you could spend an hour easily just looking it all over and finding these like minute little details.
Yeah.
That's the joy of vinyl.
Well, you know
You
who did
know.
it right when they did it right with that uh, soundtrack of the 1990 It.
Ah,
Like,
yes,
have you
yeah.
seen an up close personal look of that vinyl?
I saw it at a convention I went to back in November.
Like
I
it's
totally, I totally would have bought it, but it was like $150, and I was like, no.
already really,
Yeah. Um.
really.
Yeah.
Damn, I
I.
wonder what they're going for on eBay because I bought mine for I think 50.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just that particular one. Maybe it was signed or something. I don't know. I didn't see any signatures, but it was
That
quite a
packaging,
bit.
dude, is beautiful. Like when you
It
open
is.
it, there's a picture of Georgie with the blood dripping down, and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful cover. And then you know the scene where Pennywise is reaching his hand out of the picture
Yep.
in the book, or the kid's all saying that's like the middle. It's man,
Yeah.
it's really man. If you could
Yeah. That.
find that, if you could find that for even under 100,
Yeah.
dude, you should grab it, man. Like, it's a shame you
I'm
didn't
gonna
get
keep
that.
my eyes open, definitely. Yeah. The thing is, I remember when it came out, there was I think I'd ordered a bunch of other stuff around the same time,
Yeah,
and it was like I was like, well, can I really afford to shell out like another like $70 or something? Because that's what it was gonna be with like shipping and everything.
yeah.
And I decided against it. I kind of regret it now, but
So, yeah, man, it's like I don't want to bring up bad, things like that, but that's something you definitely should have
yeah,
picked up.
yeah.
Like I haven't even
Well,
really
I'm
listened
definitely
to
gonna
it.
keep
It's
my
just
eyes open.
beautiful. Yeah, like I think it sold out quick on the site. Like I remember I just walked into FYE and I had seen it, and I was
Yeah.
like, it's a sign I have to.
Oh yeah. Well, that happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, back on a positive note.
Yeah.
So what? You got any news?
Well, we can talk about the new Child's Play. The fact that it's actually doing good.
Yeah. See, I didn't see it yet.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, dude. I've been literally been hearing split. Like I've been watching reviews like the Angry Joe Show, which I watch some of their movie reviews. I mean, they mainly
Yeah.
do video games, but you've heard of them, right?
Yeah.
You've had to,
Yeah.
yeah. I like, I don't know. I just enjoy the review style when it comes to movies.
Mm.
And like, the two Joes like hated it, but the third guy like loved it. And then
Yeah.
I'm seeing like Chris Stuckman and other reviews like hate it, and then like
Mm.
Pizzowell and some other reviews love it. And it's like,
Yeah.
and even on Facebook, some people are like, "Oh, real fun! It's so fun," And then some people
Oh, it
don't even
is.
waste your money or your time. It's like,
That's the thing. Don't If you don't go into it expecting Child's Play from like the 80s, you
see,
know?
that may be hard for me because I have a personal connection with that series. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I feel like if I'm gonna be hearing like Andy and Chucky and all that, it's, you know what I mean?
Mm. My whole thing with it was, I went in with very low expectations. I expected to thoroughly despise it,
Yeah,
and I just had a really good time. You know,
yeah,
it's there was one plot hole near the end, and it's not even really a plot hole. It just didn't really make sense. But other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought everything was believable. My only gripe really is that they call it Child's Play. If they'd called
yeah.
it something else and just named the doll like Buddy or something, it would have been fine. It would have found its audience, and it would, you know, it suffers from Halloween 3 syndrome.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know,
what a lot of people are like. The people that are hating it, that's what they're saying.
mm,
Like, this should have just been a different title.
yeah.
Like it.
If it had had a different title, I think all of these complaints wouldn't be there.
I just can't get over the look of it. Like,
You, it's a odd look, but you honestly, when you see the movie, you get over it pretty fast.
yeah,
And Mark Hamill is like a certified genius.
yeah.
I'm just gonna say he plays it with this innocence that is just so creepy when you see
And I
some of the
heard
stuff
he's not really
Chucky does.
evil. It's just like a malfunction. Like it's
Well,
not.
he's
He's not evil like
essentially
Charles Lee Ray.
no, like essentially he was like the guy that was making them like in the factory or whatever got fired or whatever and he was like pissed off, so he turned off all the safeties.
Okay.
And essentially he's learning from experience. Like there's a whole part where they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2
Oh yeah.
and they're laughing, they're having a great time, so he just thinks like, "Oh, okay, this is how you make people happy.
Hmm.
This is how like I have fun with my friend or whatever."
Huh.
There's a real innocence to it that makes it very creepy
Yeah.
because
Honestly, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm just gonna wait till the Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Like the Blu-rays come
I'd
out
say
so
this.
soon now.
I'd say this. If you have like a weekday free, just and like it happens to be a bit cheaper or something, give it a shot. It's worth seeing.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Midsummer comes out next week.
Yeah.
If it's playing like where I could double feature it in one day,
Yeah.
I'll do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely gonna see that Midsummer. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
but that's one I'm gonna go on a weekday because
You,
Hereditary was one of the worst theater experiences I've ever had in my life.
yeah.
Like
Well,
especially that movie. It was like I liked it in theaters, but I was getting pissed.
oh yeah, with all the people who like don't get it
Oh
and then
yeah,
they're
dude.
laughing at stuff and
Oh
it's like,
yeah, sitting there and when the mom's like in the corner, you know what I mean, like on the
yeah.
ceiling and stuff. You're, oh my
Yeah.
God, there she is. You see her? You see her? Blah, blah. It's like, and then
And
the
you're
one
like,
person in the
"Shut
theaters
up."
yell. Yeah, one person will yell in the theater. Yeah, we see her. Shut up. And then people will be laughing at stuff, and people will be yelling. There's nothing funny. Blah blah blah. It's like Jesus. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think sometimes, like when stuff's like that's going on, like the theater management should come in and say, essentially, like, shut up.
Yeah, I heard they don't want to do that though because so little people are going to the theaters.
Could be.
They don't want to, you know what I mean, turn down business. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I saw that happen once. Uh, it was years ago when they re-released The Exorcist.
Yeah, I wish I could have
When
seen that in theaters.
that was awesome. That really was. But all these people were talking, and the manager came in. He turned on the house lights. And he said, like, look, the trailers are ending. The movie's starting now. Essentially, shut up or we're kicking you out.
Yeah, that's what they
And
should do.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like yeah, if you go see like like the Expendables or something like that, like some like
A
a fun
popcorn
action movie or
blockbuster, that's
something,
fine. Yeah.
yeah, like people are expected to like laugh and scream and everything, but if you're watching like a you know I'll say
If
a
the movie has
semi-serious
tension,
movie,
if it has
yeah,
tension, it's ruined.
yeah,
So don't watch any thriller or horror movie in a theater. You know what I mean? It's like the tension just gets ruined every time.
yeah,
Like I'm at the point where I'm gonna start going to like 10 o'clock in the morning showings. You know what I mean?
it's worth it. It
Well, it's
honestly
nothing but
is.
old people.
Oh, that's the greatest thing. I went and saw Dracula 2000
I
in
actually
the
dig that
theater,
movie.
and when I was in there was some people talking loud, and there was a little old woman down the front. I always remember this. She turns around, she looks at them, and she goes, "Huh, this is why children shouldn't be allowed into R-rated movies." Sufficient to say they shut up pretty damn fast, but it was awesome.
I'm surprised an old woman sitting there watching
Oh
Dracula
yeah,
2000. She
I
probably
think
thought it was gonna be like the old Dracula.
I think there's a bunch of old people that just go see everything that comes out.
I've met
Whatever
people like
comes
that.
out,
Yeah,
they go and see it, whether it's their taste or not. It's something to do,
yeah.
and good for them,
Oh, that's what I'll be like probably.
Oh yeah.
No, I won't be seeing everything, but pretty much.
No.
Yeah, my schedule right now doesn't permit for that though. Like
Yeah.
I'm usually sleeping until like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyways, so was there any else other
Yeah.
news you had? Oh yeah, well,
Uh
I guess we should say that Midsummer's coming out next week, and I assume you're seeing that in theaters too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because
definitely.
we'll be doing a deep dive on that because our deep dive for
For sure.
Hereditary actually did pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were one of the first to really get into it,
Yeah,
weren't we?
I don't know what to expect. I just hope I leave feeling the same way Hereditary made me feel. You know what I mean? It's like a feeling I
Yeah.
can't describe, but
Well, I tell you what, when I watched the trailer for it, I get serious Wicker Man vibes.
yeah, and that worries me
And
because I'm not a Wicker
like
Man
no,
fan.
I mean good Wicker Man vibes, like the
Yeah.
original Wicker Man, not the Nicolas Cage one.
It was
You
the
know,
bees.
it
Yeah.
was like, ugh. Yeah, the original Wicker Man is to this day one of my favorite movies,
Yeah.
and I got definite Wicker Man vibes. So
You ready
I'm
for
really
this?
looking forward to it.
You ready for this? I've never seen the original Wicker Man.
Really?
I've only seen the Nick
Wow.
Cage one.
I'll tell you what, the original is so much better.
Yeah, I've been
I mean,
holding
hell, it
out.
has Christopher Lee in it.
Yeah, I've been holding out till I find that wooden box version of it. Like that's what I've
No,
been holding
it's
out
it's
for, but
a
I haven't been able to find it in the wild yet.
yeah. I have one. It's a good box.
Yeah, I really dig that packaging. I saw it once at FYE like 10 years
Yeah,
ago, and I regret
yeah,
never picking it up. But that's why I've
yeah.
never seen it because I've always held out.
It's an awesome box set. It really is. I mean, it's
Oddly
only
enough,
DVD quality.
I watched the Wicker Tree though.
Oh yeah, The Wicker Tree was
I thought
all
it was
right.
decent. People shit all over it. I thought
Yeah,
it was pretty okay.
I think the problem with The Wicker Tree is you people were going in expecting the same level as The Wicker Man.
Yeah,
And The Wicker Man's just so much better.
yeah. So yeah, I gotta see it.
And you get to see Britt Eklund naked, so that's always a good thing.
Is there a Blu-ray of it, or is it still only DVD?
It's DVD over here, but if you go to Amazon UK, they have a Blu-ray of it that's a pretty good Blu-ray. It's I think there's 3 different cuts of the movie,
Okay, so
and
America doesn't
yeah,
even have a Blu-ray yet.
no, like they seem to be really dropping the ball on it. I don't know whether it's just people they don't think people will want it, or I don't know.
I don't know. I never see it requested. Like, if you go to like Scream Factory's Facebook, there's always, no matter what kind of post, there's always requests.
Yeah,
I never see that requested.
It should be. It really should be. Hell, that's a movie that deserves a Criterion release.
Yeah, it does fit the mold because
Yeah,
they're doing, yeah, that they should actually do it.
yeah. Oh, Criterion Wicker Man, I would. Oh, I'd jump on that the second I heard about it.
Yeah, by the way, are you able to look up? Is there a Criterion sale coming soon? I saw someone say there should be a
I'll take a
Criterion.
look.
What months? Like, are you able to look up what months those usually? Like, I thought they were later in the year, but something makes me think maybe it was in the middle of the year, like it is now.
Yeah,
Because I'm hoping
I'll
it
take a
is
look.
next month because I'll save some money and I want to stock up on some Criterions.
Yeah, Criterions are great, honestly. Let's see, when's the next Criterion sale? Uh,
Because you got to pick up that funny games, dude. Wait, you don't
I
have
love that
that
movie.
those you don't have Barnes and Nobles up there, do you?
No,
So how do you take
no.
advantage of the sale, or are you not able to?
Usually, if it's on sale like Barnes and Noble or whatever, usually Amazon has a sale as well.
Oh yeah.
To a point, they usually take off some of the movie. Uh, let's see
Like, does it
here.
usually say July? What you're looking up?
I honestly I can't find anything. August. No, that's just when something new's coming out. Uh, let's take a look here.
Yeah, I'll do
Uh,
some research later.
yeah, it's just saying about like ones back in February and stuff.
Yeah. Were you planning on getting that funny games release, or?
I might, because I mean it's genuinely creepy.
Yeah, dude, you see? I love the cover too, man.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than the one I got.
Yeah.
Mine's the old DVD from way back in the day, and
Yeah, I
it,
have the
it's
Criterion version in my to watch pile. I haven't watched it yet, but with
yeah.
Criterion, there's no doubt. You know what I mean? You know it's going to be quality.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even if you don't like the movie itself, the presentation is going to be so good that it trumps everything.
Yeah, there's two Criterions I got to pick up. I definitely got to want to pick up Rosemary's Baby. I never got that one, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Carnival of Souls.
Oh, I want Carnival of Souls. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
heard that's
I,
beautiful.
I have Rosemary's Baby, but
Is the picture stunning?
yeah, unfor- it looks really good. It l- I'm gonna get in trouble for this. It looks better than the movie deserves.
Well, you're not a huge fan of Rosemary's Baby?
No, I find it just kind of slow and boring.
Yeah.
It's like some of
See,
the movies that I find slow and boring,
or
people would rip me apart
classics.
for.
The
Yeah,
Shining, like I get it with Rosemary's Baby. I
yeah,
definitely see what you're saying, and to a point, I agree. I still like
mm,
it, but I get
yeah,
what you're saying. But The
yeah.
Shining, that blows my mind.
I know. There's just something about it. I feel it's a really good movie,
That's what it is. Just
but
the atmosphere, dude. Like that's what I love
yeah, the
about that
the
movie.
atmosphere is really good.
And that
But I
music,
just
that
find it's like,
boom, boom, boom. You know,
oh yeah. When I heard that in the trailer for Doctor Sleep, it was like,
oh, it gave me
ooh,
chills, dude. That very last part where
yeah,
you hear it. So are you
yeah.
still hyped for that movie, or are you just kind of meh
Oh
about it?
yeah, I'm really hyped for Doctor Sleep. Yeah. Um, it's the sort of thing. Like I said, it's not like I hate The Shining. I think it's a good movie. I enjoy watching it and everything. I just I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I find it. People always say like, "Oh, it's so scary and everything." Honestly, I saw The Shining when I was about 10, and only one scene in it scared me.
The woman in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other than that, like I thought right from the beginning, I'm like, this dude's crazy.
yeah. That.
It was never a question of like a guy losing his mind. It was a guy who was already crazy going into a situation that would just make him crazier.
Yeah. See, yeah.
That's how it felt to me, you know.
Did you find those twin girls creepy when you were young, or no?
Not really. I found the when they were dead,
Yeah,
when they
laying
were
in the
splattered
hallway.
all over the floor. That was a little like, it was kind of like, ugh. But other than that, they were just kind of like, okay, well, why would you be scared of two little girls?
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know. I think it's just the way they were taught, like, come play with us, Danny.
Forever and ever
Yeah.
and ever. I
Yeah.
actually made a custom cover for The Shining at one point. That was I called it the before and after cover. It was a set of two covers, and on one of them was just him sat there looking at the two girls, and the next one was just them all splattered.
Damn.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so you got any other news you want to talk about before we
Uh,
get into discussion of these Unearthed films?
yeah, I can't really think of anything.
I guess we can give mention, too, that next month, one of my most hyped movies of this year is coming out.
Yeah,
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, did you read those stories when you... I know we talked about this. I don't remember,
Yeah,
though. You read them?
yeah. I read them as a kid. Well, I think everyone did, honestly.
Yeah, it was like a
They
school
were,
staple.
yeah, they were the first, like, how could I put it,
Oh, didn't you
like
say you bought
like
them at the
books.
Scholastic Book Fair or something?
Yeah, yeah, the Scholastic Book Fair, man. I bought those. I remember the books I bought. I bought those. I bought Anne Rice's The Witching Hour
Mm.
and Stephen King's Pet Cemetery.
They had Stephen King at your Scholastic
They
Book
they
Fair?
they had they had well, they had like a section of like adult books
Well, my school
as
didn't have
well as,
that.
yeah, it was pretty neat. So yeah, I grabbed those and I got all those,
Did they
and
have Goosebumps when you were there, or was that where you or was Goosebumps past your school?
I I think it was kind of like, I want to say like the beginning. I remember some of the early ones being in there.
Like the Haunted Mask and the
Yeah, I'd see ones like that sort of thing, but for the most part, like, I didn't see many of them.
yeah,
But then again, I tended to stray towards more like the adult book section.
yeah. No, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But every time that Scholastic Book Fair came around, I'd pick up Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And there was
It,
like another series. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
well, I always remember when I was
Shivers.
a
It was
kid.
called Shivers.
Shivers. Yeah, I recall that. I always remember there was a bunch from, what was his name? I can't some uh some author. I can't remember his name, but he did a set of books called The Last Vampire.
I'm
And
not sure.
they were just short little, they were for like teenage, like, people just getting into like horror thing. It had like a female vampire thing and everything.
Like a Twilight, basically.
Kind of like that, But they were neat. They were just little books there. I think they were about like maybe 150, 200 pages. Not super big books or anything. But I always remember because they used to go and you'd see them like, and they'd take one of each copy, and then go up and buy them. I always remember that, and I always thought it was kind of cool that, like, yeah, it might be like light horror, but it's still horror,
Yeah,
and that's what the kids picked up. That was what got people interested in reading. People are always going on about like, oh, like they're just reading this crap or whatever. It's like, yeah, but they are reading, aren't they?
yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, what's
Well,
the word I'm looking for? Like, don't complain over something that's good.
yeah. Well, now they're pushing, like, schools are encouraging, like, comics and stuff. Where back,
Oh
there's
yeah.
shit all over it. Now I saw some kind of commercial or whatever where they're like, encourage reading, even comics and all that.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, there should never be a stigma on reading.
No.
It's nothing bad can come from reading. Unless maybe if you're reading like the Anarchist Cookbook and you want to learn how to blow stuff up or something, I don't know.
Or like Penthouse or something, reading what the girls' favorite hobbies are.
Well, there you go. Hey, you're still reading. Yeah, you
Well,
just go to school, copy a Penthouse, flip them through it, and they're like, Jimmy, what are you doing? Hey, I'm reading.
Miss February doesn't like wearing underwear.
Yeah, there you go. And it's like, oh, Jimmy, I'm so happy that you learned that.
Good. But back to the
Yeah.
scary stories to tell in the dark. Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah,
They
I'm,
captured the vibe perfect, dude. That
yeah,
scarecrow.
yeah. And I mean, honestly, it's looking like, I know it's going to be like PG-13, because
Yeah,
that's always what they were going for.
yeah.
But I think if anyone can do it justice, it's the filmmakers that are attached to it.
Oh yeah,
Because everything looks just right.
dude. And everything's like nightmarish looking, just like the drawings were. Like, I don't
Yeah,
remember what the story was, but like that scene in the hallway where there was like that heavy set, like
yeah,
weird
that,
looking girl or whatever. It looked like the witch from the Blair Witch.
yeah,
Like that, dude. I remember the story. Like I remember the picture. I don't
yeah.
remember anything about it, but dude, that scene looked creepy as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
Well,
could
of
see the
course,
pimple with the spiders bursting out.
yeah. Well, we were lucky, right? We got the proper versions.
Oh yeah, the
They
kids now have
reissued.
the edited.
Ugh, that disgusts me.
What's the
It
deal? I don't
really does.
understand that.
They were, oh, these pictures were too intense,
Is
and
that
they were
really
like
it?
scaring people or something. Yeah, it's like, come on, grow some balls.
Dude, I always thought that cover, with the tree, where it's like a clown. It's like
Yeah,
a clown smoking a pipe, and it's like all
yeah,
shrubs on a tree. That would
yeah.
make a badass tattoo, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, hell, let's say it. Any of the original drawings would make awesome tattoos.
Oh yeah, I'm shocked nobody's done it yet. Like if someone had dedicated a leg or an arm to just those drawings.
I would have assumed someone would have. I'm gonna
Someone
take
would
a look
have to, but
actually.
that would be sick, dude.
Yeah, I mean, well, and the thing is, they're just so iconic.
Yeah,
Tattoo.
I'm sure
Oh, there's
people
there's a few, yeah.
of what, like full sleeves or just like the
Let's take a
occasional
look
one.
here.
Does anybody get the
Well,
clown one I'm talking about?
yeah, that's the first one. Oh wow. So yeah, some guy's got a looks to be a whole sleeve. He's got the clown leading to like a house and everything. Damn.
Yeah, that's sick. It was too good an
Yeah.
idea for someone not to have done it already.
Oh yeah. Well, obviously, I mean it's just so awesome.
If I had a free limb, I'd do it. I do have my back free, you know what I mean?
Back piece.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Scary stories to tell in the dark. Back piece.
yeah, the thing is though with all that is like I don't want to dedicate like I don't want to put too much money or anything on the back because you never see it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking about, just getting that scale of justice that De Niro has in Cape Fear.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's a
It
that's a
covers the
great
whole
tattoo.
back. It's mean looking. You can do it
Yeah.
quick. You could do it for cheap, and then you don't got to pay no
Yeah.
mind to it because realistically, you'll never ever see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's sort of the thing I've always found with back tattoos. You know, I all of my tattoos are in places I can see them.
Yeah,
And I mean, honestly, unless you're walking around all the time with no shirt on, back tattoos, no one sees them.
yeah. Like there's a lot of tattoos I love, like my Snoop Dogg portrait. Like I
Yeah.
got on the back of my leg. Like I could see it if I'm like taking a shit or something. You know what I mean? And I look at it,
Yeah,
but
like,
throughout normal
what
day, I
Snoop?
forget it's there. Like people will be like, "Oh, that's such a sick Snoop tattoo," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah." And then like the Misfits one, that's on the back of my leg, and it's like people comment on that all the time. I forget I completely have it. It's one of those
Yeah.
things. And then like the back of my arm, I got the Death Row symbol for Death Row Records, and
Yep.
it's like I love them, but I just never see them.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those things where I figure like I really don't want to spend money on something if I'm just never gonna see it anymore. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's why like I figure that Cape Fear thing's perfect. It's quick, simple. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because that would piss me off if I spent like a grand, 1,500, and got like, because I was gonna get this big shining piece of like, did I tell you about, or did I send you the picture
Yeah,
of what
yeah,
it
you sent me the
was?
pic of that, yeah.
With like the cross, upside down cross coming out of his mouth, and it was like the door and Daniel
Yeah.
the Trike and stuff, and like,
It
I
was
was
a
hyped to
really
do
good
it.
design, yeah.
My artist was gonna give me a good deal on it, but it's like, I started thinking about it. It's like, dude, if I get that and I never am gonna be able to see it, I'll be pissed.
Yeah. It's this sort of thing. I mean, honestly, if you get like a piece like that, that's something like, I've heard over in Japan, some Yakuzas, when they die, they actually give their skins to like a museum.
Hmm, that's
You
pretty
know,
cool.
that's something like, if you got something like that, that's something you would need to leave behind like after you go,
Yeah,
because that's just like a work of art.
yeah, that's like a lot of people that like die.
Yeah.
Like you look at like Mac Miller and all these rappers that like have all these beautiful tattoos,
Yeah.
and now no one will be able to see them anymore. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems such a waste. Well, then you got all those like these modern day rappers though that like
Just
their
have
tattoos are
shit,
just really bad, and
and it's
especially and they
scribble,
get them on their face.
and it's scribble. They get chicken scratch all over their face.
Oh yeah, I don't get it honestly.
Dude, have you ever seen the YouTube channel Inked? They'll do like
Yeah,
tattoo tours of these rappers and stuff.
yeah,
And it's like the stupidest shit, dude. Like,
oh yeah.
it's just
Well,
like awful stuff. Like the little Yachty had like stick figures on him, and like a really
yeah,
shitty looking Stewie, and dude, and they're like talking about it like it's great. It's like, dude, these are like little hood fucking shitty
yeah,
tattoos. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, well, I know I watch a YouTuber. She's a tattoo YouTuber over in Britain,
Oh,
and
is she kind of heavier? She's
kind
always
she
has
got
like
like
green hair or blue
yeah,
hair and like crazy makeup.
yeah.
I watch her all the
You
time.
know, she's awesome,
Yeah,
and she gets it, she's like,
yeah,
like these people have money. They can afford to get good tattoos, but they're
yeah.
not.
I'm surprised you watch her too, man. I
Yeah,
don't remember her name. I haven't watched her in a while, but
yeah.
yeah,
She's awesome though.
she always has like the craziest looking makeup I've ever seen.
Yeah, like really heavy
She'll have
over
like
her eyes
bright
and stuff.
green eyeshadow and everything, or like
Yeah,
blue eyeshadow. It looks, yeah. There's like
yeah.
something hot about her, but she's weird looking at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, I know. Yeah, I get it.
It's like one of those people that are like, it's good looking, but you wouldn't really tell people that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like one of those things where people could be like, oh yeah, she's hot, or people would be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No, but
anyway,
they have the money, but they're not putting the good art on them. It's
yeah, I actually made an appointment for Tuesday. I'm gonna
yeah.
get on my stomach. There's like a spot that I reserved. I'm gonna get Alfred E. Newman, but he's gonna have the
Yep.
Gacy makeup.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my artist was stoked because I was telling him about it,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I want to get because he did my Gacy hand, he did the Zodiac
Yep.
Killer. And I was like, yeah,
Yep.
I was thinking about getting Alfred E. Newman with the Gacy makeup. He was like, oh, that's sick. He was like, no matter how big you want it, all color. He's like, I'll do it for $100 just because I want to take a picture of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, hell yeah. Like a hundred
Yeah.
bucks, dude, for
Oh
like
yeah.
for a piece bigger than my hand. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do Alfred E. Newman in black and white, and then do the blue triangles on the eyes and the red smile. It'll look
That's
fucking
cool.
evil, dude.
Yeah.
And then I told my grandma, I was like, I think this will be the last clown I'll put on my body because it's starting to get creepy. I mean, I got Pennywise, Art the Clown, the mask
Yep.
from Michael Myers, the clown mask.
Yep.
I got more. I know Gacy, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to get creepy.
Yeah. It'll be the last one
Yeah,
until the next one.
yeah. I want to get I don't know. There's that picture on that Henry shirt I got where it's Michael Rooker,
Yeah.
but it's like a painting of Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
I want to get that.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and like something like a quote from the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like my
Now
mother was a whore or something. Something he says. Like
yeah,
yeah, I killed my mama.
yeah. Now that's a movie that Unearthed needs to get their hands on.
That's one of Dark
I,
Sky's
I
like
know, yeah,
pride
it's
and
not gonna
joys.
happen, but damn it,
It
think how
fits in their
cool that would
wheelhouse.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of Dark. You know how like what the fuck is it? Who owns Evil Dead? Is that Image or who's
Uh,
or
I th-
whoever owns that? You know how that
yeah,
like that's their pride and joy, and then like
yeah. They won't
these.
get rid of that no matter
Yeah,
what. Yeah,
Henry I think is one of Dark Sky's biggest sellers, if not their
yeah.
best seller.
I believe it.
Like how many Dark Sky releases do you see anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, like, if a new Hatchet comes out.
Yeah, but even then, but dude, Henry's their biggest thing. Like it has to. I
Yeah,
bet you it's Dark Sky's only Blu-ray that they've re-released multiple
I'm
times.
sure of that. Yeah,
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
do you have the 30th anniversary of Henry,
Um,
or do you
I'm
only
not
have the old
sh-
Dark Sky
I
Blu-ray?
think I just have the old one. Let me just take a look.
Because the new one, it was the one where it had like a reversible cover that has the poster I had on my shirt, and then like it
Yeah,
was
no,
black
mine's
and it was
just
like
the
a
old one.
dude. If you find the 30th anniversary for like $15,
Yeah,
dude, pull the trigger on it, dude. It looks beautiful. Like it's
that's
head and
good.
shoulders better than the old Dark Sky Blu-ray.
That's good because I
Like they
mean,
did a
honestly,
4K scan on it, and it looks beautiful.
the old one looked good.
Yeah,
It didn't look great, but it looked good.
yeah.
You
And
know.
another thing I appreciate about that Dark Sky or the 30th anniversary edition
Hmm.
is that it has a reversible cover, and both covers are different
Oh,
than the
that's good.
regular version. So you get, that painted cover like I got on my shirt,
Yeah,
and then the other side it's black and it's got like Michael Rooker's face and it's gray,
that's cool.
and it looks like it's really badass. Like both covers are sick.
Yeah, that's always been like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and I think there's a few other special features, but for the new 4K transfer alone, if you find it for $15, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep my eyes open then, because that's a classic movie.
Yeah, like like 15. Since you already have it on Blu-ray, I would never spend
Yeah,
more than 15.
yeah,
But yeah. So should we move on to the Unearthed films talk?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we started off by saying we kind of want to talk about briefly how we got introduced to Unearthed films.
yeah,
You want to start it off?
yeah. Sure. I actually got introduced to him back when I first got into like Japanese horror. I always remember there was a website. I can't remember what it was called, but they had like reviews of all these different Japanese horror movies, and they had there'd be like pictures
You
from
better
them
not say
from them and
Rim.
everything. No, no,
I was just kidding.
no,
I was just
uh,
kidding. I wouldn't have cared, but
no, no. So I remember looking through there, and I remember coming to this one section that had a warning at the beginning, and it was for the guinea pig series. And I remember just seeing this warning on the website, and I was like, it got me kind of really intrigued. So I read everything, and
that was your first time hearing of the guinea pig movies?
well, I'd heard of them before, but I'd never heard of Unearthed.
Yeah.
But then, it like I heard about Unearthed, and I was like, well, they released them, so I started looking for them.
And was the box set out of print when you
The
were
box the
looking?
box set was out of print. Yeah. To this day, I only actually own like one like real pressing,
Yeah, I
and
wish
that's
that
for
would get a
Flower of Flesh and
re-release.
Blood. Yeah, I really want that, like a box set of that. I really
That's
do.
why that's why I'd say hold on to that torment until years down the road because if
Yeah,
that guinea pig set comes up on eBay, it's like 300 minimum.
I know it pushes it way too far.
Yeah,
You know, I think it's something to do with like rights as to why they don't re-release them.
yeah,
I think that, but then again, I've heard Stephen Biro like go after like bootleggers that are selling bootleg copies, you know, like
I
because he has the distributing rights to it or whatever.
see. I don't think he
I
does
don't know.
anymore though. That's the
I
thing.
don't,
Like, cause he says he has to do something with Rightwise in order to, or he says he'd release it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I get it. You don't want bootleggers out there, but in the same token, you got to give
Mm,
people an option to get it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
because who's
mean,
paying? I mean, people will, but I had a buddy Dustin, and when Blockbuster was still around,
mm,
I had a buddy that worked there that I met there, and I'd just go there, you know, every once in a while, just bullshit with him, and we
yeah.
became cool or whatever. And he had like he had a whole when he rented a house, he had to rent a third bedroom just for movies, and he would like
Wow.
Blockbuster gave him like the racks at Blockbuster, so he'd have like this room set up like a video store, like there would be the little middle racks and all that. But anyways, on top of
That's
one of
damn
them,
cool.
he had like all these box sets, and he had that guinea pig box set. I remember just being jealous as hell, and I remember like one
Yeah.
day, like 1 or 2 years ago, I
Mm,
offered him $200 for it, and I thought for sure he'd take it because he said he bought it at
mm,
Best Buy for like $30 when it came out. He said it was on the
yeah.
Best Buy shelf and it was like $29.99. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'll give you 200 for it right now, and he was like,
Mm,
no, and I'm like, God damn it.
yeah.
I'm like, dude, he ain't willing to part with it for 200.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a grail item for a lot of people.
I think if you were gonna make a list of the most sought after horror releases, that would
Yeah.
definitely be on that list.
Oh, 100%. I'm sure of that.
If not,
I
it'd
mean,
be in the top three.
easily.
Like I can't think of another movie that's more sought after.
The only thing I can think of,
Clown
and
House
it's
maybe, and not even.
Clown House and London After Midnight, simply because it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
You know, other than that, like I can't think of any horror that's like constantly keeps coming up that people want copies of it.
yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
there's. I feel like there is one thing though on Unearthed. I keep seeing people talk Cannibal, that Marion Boy's
yeah,
Cannibal.
yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, like I
Uh,
know that's like one of the most sought after movies.
yeah, I think it had quite a a limited run.
Yeah, that's why
I
that
think
that
they just did
Torment.
like the one pressing. So
See, I wonder if that Torment will get to that point. But the thing is, though, the Torment though, like at least Cannibal and American Guinea Pig, they
mm,
were at least available for a while. Like I said, you could
yeah,
go to Best Buy and get them, and it gave people time to figure it out. But what
yeah,
about the people that get turned on to Unearthed films, say, a year from now?
yeah,
You know what I mean? How are they going to hear
yeah.
about Torment? It's one of those
Well,
things.
yeah, it'll be talked about in whispers and like, oh, yeah, have you found this? And yeah, people will be hunting.
I am dying to know, like, how much that'll end up going, how rare it'll end up becoming.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know
If it
with
be,
it being like an Italian film, it's very possible that like some other company may have like a release of it as well, like from like a European release or something.
another company, you didn't see the post?
I think it was it Tetro or
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
that
yeah.
yeah,
But the whole fact is they are releasing it. You know what I mean?
yeah, but so it's still available that way.
Yeah. So
It's this
yeah,
sort of thing. But yeah, in like the West, if you will, Unearthed is the only people with the balls to release it. Let's be honest.
yeah. Only time will tell. I will tell you one thing though. If
Hmm.
the movie is going for $200 or whatever,
Hmm.
I'll sell it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's not like Torment is not a movie I really need in my collection. It's not something that you know what I mean. Like if
Yeah.
I never watched it again, it
Yeah.
wouldn't it wouldn't affect me at all. Like
Yeah.
I watched it. It's cool to have. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll add it to the Unearthed collection. It's sitting on my shelf. Like I said, it's cool to have. But
Yeah.
if it came down to it of $200 or that, give me the
Yeah.
$200. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah. I think, I think it'll definitely find its audience.
Yeah,
Well, let's be honest, it's already found its audience.
yeah.
You know, the people that know,
Now, I will say
they
though, the
they
movie
they
is
got it.
shocking though, dude.
Yeah.
Like when you
I'm
get it, I'm dying to hear what you think, man.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I've been so jaded on movies for years, very little
No,
shocks me,
it'll
but
not shock you, dude.
good.
Dude, the
Any
second,
movie I think that can give you like an emotional response, be it like good or bad,
yeah,
is a good thing.
yeah, it gives you that nasty feeling. Like it's not like not only is it shocking you, it gives you
Mm,
like, because you are seeing this dude. He just comes in butt ass naked and just starts raping this dude, and he's
mm,
crying and just going ham, and it's like, and you start thinking about it,
yeah,
it leaves you with a real like nasty feeling. And
that's cool.
that's the you know what I mean. That's like very few movies have given me that feeling like that, and I don't even know. I can't even think of another movie that would like affected. There is one I remember thinking about it. I may have even
Mm,
mentioned it in my review of the movie.
mm,
I don't remember, but yeah, there's like a certain vibe it gave me that I haven't felt besides maybe one, two times tops in my life.
yeah.
You know?
Well, that's kind of the mark of a good movie, there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just the realisticness of it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and there's some stuff inserted and other stuff that'll make you wince,
Ooh,
even though like like sacrifice, and
yeah.
it'll make you wince harder than that.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be coming through relatively soon, so
Yeah, well, I'm dying to hear what you think of that.
yeah, it'll be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, so that was your introduction. Was just looking for the American guinea
Yeah,
pigs.
yeah, and from there, I went on, just I picked up Red Room, because I found that cheap.
Yeah,
It was all right. Then just they were a company I always kept my eye on, but there was never like a whole lot that I was super interested in.
yeah,
That all kind of changed around the time of 100 Tears,
yeah,
because I really loved 100 Tears. And then from there, we went on, got stuff like Flowers and, like the American Guinea Pig stuff. And
yeah. This year is really when my Unearthed Films collection started growing.
yeah.
Like my introduction to it was on my birthday, I think 3 years ago. I went up to Grindhouse Video, and
Mm.
I think I blew like $400, and it was 100 Tears. That
Ah,
was I
yes.
wanted to see. I didn't even know nothing about Unearthed Films. I literally got it just solely on the cover.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a great cover, isn't it?
Yeah, that was my. And no, actually, what it was is in Grindhouse Video, he had a poster of 100 Tears, and it was the original poster. And I
Yeah.
remember asking him, like, what the hell movie is this? And he, brought it off the shelf, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll buy it. And I remember loving it. Like, that's to this day, that is my favorite Unearthed Films movie. And,
Yeah.
but anyways, I ended up buying that, and I bought Sheepskin the same day
Oh,
because I
yeah.
remember seeing Sheepskin in some magazine, and the cover was cool to me.
Yeah.
And I loved 100 Tears, and I thought Sheepskin was okay. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't piss me off like Red Room, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And then I went to a thrift or like a used movie store up in New Jersey when I visited my
Mm.
mom, and it's one of those stores where no matter what movie it is, it's $4.99. You know what I mean?
Ah, yeah.
So no matter how rare it is or whatever, it's a set price for everything.
Mm.
And I found Red Room for $4.99. I saw the Unearthed Films. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And I
Yeah.
hated it, and with a passion. And
Yeah.
I never really. And I remember I did a review. I have a review on my channel, I think. And I think I tore it to shreds. And
Yeah.
And then I didn't really buy any Unearthed Films things really after that. And then you kind of talked me into the American Guinea Pigs, and
Yep.
those were really good. And then obviously I got the first two, so I had to get Sacrifice, I had to get Song of Solomon,
Yep.
and then I think there was that sale. I ended up buying Nails, that
Mm.
964 Pinocchio,
Yeah.
and Aftermath Genesis, and I dug all three of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they weren't groundbreaking, but I enjoyed them all.
Yeah.
But then my collection was dormant for a while, and then all of a sudden, they started releasing the single Blu-rays, and for some reason, I like the way their single Blu-rays look.
Well, they all kind of match.
Yeah, that's what I
They're all
like
different
about it.
movies, but everything lines up.
Yeah, and then Brutal came out, and that's on my list. That I love that movie. There's just so much of
Yeah.
it I love. And then Dis, and this is where I'm at now. Obviously, I
Yeah.
bought Dis, I bought Record of Sweet Murder, and
Hmm.
now I'm at the point where I'm buying Unnameable, Dark Side of the Moon,
Yep.
and Torment. But now it's one of those things like I was watching the trailer to House of Forbidden Secrets,
Yep.
and it doesn't look like my kind of movie.
It's a good movie.
Really?
Yeah, I
It
watched
just
it.
looks super cheap, man. It
It
looks like,
it looks it, but there's a real charm to the movie
yeah.
when
I
you
may
actually
I may
watch
pick
it.
it up then, just to,
If you can find it for like 15 to 18 bucks,
yeah,
it's worth it.
yeah,
It's a fun time.
because I'm at the point now where I have a decent Unearthed Films collection. I probably got like
Mhm.
12 to 15 titles,
Yeah.
maybe 15, 16 actually, but you know, I'll keep up with them. I'll give every
Yeah.
release a try, pretty much. I still got to beat
Yeah.
that Purgatory Road.
Yeah, so do I.
I want to see that.
I've found it over here, but every time I find it, it's on DVD.
Yeah,
And, that's one I'd like the Blu-ray of, so.
yeah. I have high hopes for that one only because, judging by the cover, it
Mm,
looks like it'll have more of a fleshed out story for some reason. I mean, I may be wrong, but that's the vibe I get. And that
yeah.
may be only because the cover reminds me of like Wrong Turn or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like it reminds me of like, yeah, like
Yeah.
Joyride or Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And also the good thing also about Unearthed Films now is, of course, with the new imprints they have going, like the Too Extreme for Mainstream and the Unearthed Classics.
yeah, as long
They're
as they keep
there's
this, yeah, as long as
go
they
on.
keep this slow pace,
Oh yeah,
I'll keep up with them. For
yeah,
example, like Nightwish, I watched the trailer on
yeah,
the disc of Record of Sweet Murder,
yeah,
and I'll be honest, the movie doesn't look good to me. Like it looks not good. It looks kind of cheap and boring.
yeah.
But I'll still pick it up just to keep collecting the line.
Oh yeah,
Like if
same
they
here.
only released one release once every 2 months, that's feasible.
Oh
And
yeah,
even the Too Extreme for Mainstream, if they do that once every 2 months, that's doable. And
yeah,
then like with the regular titles, I'll pick and choose which ones I want to get. I won't get
yeah,
everyone, but if it looks interesting, I'll pick it up. But as far as the other lines go, as of now, I'll pick up every single one. But
yeah,
I just hope it doesn't turn out to be like Scream Factory, where remember they
yeah,
started out with one or two a month, and then all of a
yeah,
sudden it's like, all right, we're releasing six. You know what I mean? And that to where you
yeah,
just can't. If you wanted to keep up with it, all your money would have to go to Scream Factory.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing I kind of like with what Vinegar Syndrome do. How they have that that option where you can get like essentially like a subscription.
See, I
You
wish they
know?
would do it like the horror option versus the
Yeah,
porn option. You know what I mean? I saw
yeah,
these unboxings where there'll be like two or three horror movies and then like three
yeah.
pornos.
I know, and a lot of people just pull them out and they're like, well, yeah, I don't watch that, and they'll just like,
That's what they all say. They're always like, well,
yeah, yeah, I like the idea of like the subscription type thing, like
well,
that
Mondo
every time
Records
a
does
new
it too.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. My only gripe with it is the sheer amount of money you have to pull out at one point, like one time.
Yeah, let me ask you, with that
Mm.
horror pack,
Yep.
I keep wanting to do it now. What's the deadline for that?
Usually, they usually they take the money usually on the 9th, and then it's usually about like kind of 3/4 of the way through the month is when usually they start to run out.
Yeah,
So
no, like if I would say like on the first, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like say on the first, I decided to subscribe.
yeah, you'd get like if you did the 1st of July,
Yeah,
you'd get like July's release,
like
and
what day of the month usually, or what around what week of the month?
usually usually it's like around the fourth week of the month. Like right like at the end of the month.
Really?
Yeah, and
Do you get any kind of deal if you pick the DVD and Blu-ray or no?
yeah, I mean they have all different plans,
Yeah.
and I know they have like if you get like a year plan, it's I can't remember how much it is,
Oh,
but
I'm not doing that.
it costs more, but it's less than getting like the month to month,
Yeah.
or if you're like the 3 month like type packages. They have all different like price points.
Yeah, I
They're
think it's about time
honestly,
I subscribe to that.
I tell you what though, it's worth it just for the limited editions alone.
Yeah, because that's like my biggest fear, man, is just like seeing you. Like you have a few every month, I think, that you already have.
Yeah, I mean, I always consider it like I'm buying the limited edition, and the other three are bonus features.
Throw-ins, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, has there
because I
been a
mean,
lot of gems that you've gotten that you've never heard of? And
yeah, in the limited editions for sure. I mean, there's been
dude, the
a,
fact
lo-
that
a
you
lot
got
of really good
Jack
stuff.
Frost, Cannibal Holocaust, and Pieces
Yeah,
blows my mind. Like those
yeah,
are releases I paid top dollar for. Like
yeah,
I paid full price for those. I bought the Vinegar Syndrome
yeah.
Jack
Well,
Frost or whatever the hell it
let's
was.
be honest. The Cannibal Holocaust and the pieces, I paid for those as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so cool that
But you
they
don't get any
have
of the
a release.
features from the Grindhouse releases, though, do you?
You get everything that's on the like the disc with the movie.
Oh, okay.
So if there's commentaries and stuff, you get those. Um,
So,
but
but
you,
you're really missing out on a lot of features if you didn't have those Grindhouse ones.
yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
now the Jack Frost, did Vinegar Syndrome's name come up at all? Like, was there
Yeah.
like an
It's
association?
it's I can't really get to it right now, but I'm pretty sure it's just like the Vinegar Syndrome disc.
Oh, okay.
Like they, I guess maybe bought a bunch of copies and or something. I don't
Some
know,
overstock or
or
something.
or, or licensed it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm shocked Grindhouse did that deal though. Like, Cannibal Holocaust, that's their biggest seller. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it was for like there was a special reason for it. Like I think it was like an anniversary of Horror Pack or something like that. I think they like went out of their way to get something really good.
Special. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a really impressive
yeah,
thing. Like if I didn't already have it, I would have been even more blown away. But it was
yeah.
still impressive nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I'm just surprised. They've never got Ferox.
Dude, to be honest, that Jack Frost though blows me away more than the Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's a shitty movie. I like the movie. But dude,
yeah.
have you checked it out yet? That transfer?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Oh my god, dude, that transfer, bro, is crazy good. I'm serious, dude. That transfer, you'll be blown away.
It's one of those things. You don't expect a movie like that would get a good transfer.
No, but that thing looks beautiful, dude. Like, there's very few movies where I'll go out of my way and be
Yeah,
like, oh, that transfer blew me away. Like,
yeah,
that's one of them. Like I said, Brain Damage.
Hmm.
That's another one where there's scenes where that transfer like kicks ass, dude.
I'll look forward to it now
If
that
you
my
watch it,
copy finally came through.
specifically the scene where he's laying down on the bed when he first takes the drug or whatever it is,
Hmm.
and like you've seen the movie before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
remember when he's laying on the bed and his floor turns into like water or like a blue kind of ooze or whatever?
yeah.
Dude, that scene like looks crazy good. Like
Cool.
it sounds weird, but yeah, that scene in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been on some substance though when I watched it. I don't know, but I remember it blowing me away.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to checking out the release. I've been waiting long enough for it, haven't I?
Yeah, when you sent me the picture, I was like, oh, seems like forever ago you ordered that.
I honestly even forgot I had it ordered.
Yeah, you
I knew
have.
I know I knew I had the two Yakuza films, um, which they came through eventually, but I jumped on it a bit late. I think,
I think you're
like right
probably
at the end
back
of the
ordered because
sale.
so many people probably
Probably,
ordered
yeah.
that.
They were such a good price, like 10.98. I was like, hell's yeah.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna order on the first that I'm just now seeing that I remembered is 88 Films releasing that Hollow Man 1 and 2 on Blu-ray.
Ah,
That's like the
yes.
world debut of Hollow Man 2.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
I've never seen Hollow Man 2. I mean, I'm sure it sucks, but
yeah. It's not good.
yeah.
Um,
I still
but
want it though. I like the cover and
yeah, Hollow Man One was a good movie.
yeah,
You know.
I haven't seen it since probably 98 or whenever year it came out.
Yeah, I have I think it's like a Sony Blu-ray of it. It
Okay.
looks it looks decent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a first generation Blu-ray,
Yeah.
so it kind of suffers from that first generation Blu-ray syndrome,
Yeah.
where it's not, like you don't know if it's like actually 1080 or whether it's just upscaled or, you know.
Yeah, when they were experimenting with it all.
Yeah.
Anyways, man. But back to the
Yep.
Unearthed films. Let's get to our
Yep.
review of Dis. We were making
Yeah.
this podcast a little longer than we wanted it to be, but I guess that's all right. But
Yeah.
man, it's been a little bit since I've seen Dis, but we'll do a general kind of our like a general review of what we thought of them and certain what we liked about it.
Yeah.
Like pretty much anybody who watches this probably seen Dis or whatever because we're
Yeah.
posting this on the Unearthed Films page and stuff. But we'll give us a brief plot synopsis of what we can say for people checking this out on YouTube that just happened to see
I'll
it.
leave this completely up to you because to this day I have no clue what's happening in this movie.
Yeah, I feel like it's like almost like Baskin. Like it follows Bill Oberst Jr.
Mm.
Well, first of all, it opens with like this masked dude in a warehouse, like this naked woman tied up, and then he like fondles her, and then it cuts to Bill Oberst Jr. in like the woods, and I gotta say, best
Mm.
cinematography in any Unearthed film.
Oh yeah, it's beautifully shot.
Well, we'll get to Record of Sweetwater because there's some beautiful cinematography in that,
Yeah.
but this this is definitely if you're debating on Blu-ray or DVD, get the Blu-ray. Like
Yeah.
this is definitely one of the Unearthed films you should get on Blu-ray.
For sure. For
And
sure.
yeah, but anyways, it's like I think I'm gonna have trouble explaining this. I don't even think I can. Like it's one
Yeah.
of those ones you have to watch multiple times, and I honestly don't even think I can explain it. Like it's almost like he's like in his personal hell. Like he
Yeah.
did some nasty shit and all that, and I think he's doomed to just walk this forest and live this hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the sort of thing. This is a movie that if like someone came up to me and said, "Hey, you seen this Disc movie?" It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, well, what's it about? I couldn't give you a plot synopsis.
Yeah, like I'm trying to, and I can't even do it. This is like the exact definition of a art film.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
this is the kind of movie. It's metaphor galore. I feel like
Definitely.
like it's one of
Yeah.
those things where I almost like it for the cinematography and some of the scenes and vibes, but it's one of those things where I don't like it in a sense. It almost feels like hipster, like you know what I mean? Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this is what like the snobs are. Oh, this is superior cinema. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds. It's going to sound really weird. It kind of reminds me of the original Suspiria.
Yeah, I could see it.
And the reason, because, I've always said, the original Suspiria isn't a movie. It's an art piece.
The
I
th-
watch it like looking at a piece of art. It's the same with this, I can't really, I
but
can't
the Suspiria,
watch
you
it
could
like a movie.
still like,
There's a cohesive plot,
yeah,
and you could kind of get it. You know, um, this is odd for the sake of being odd.
yeah. I definitely think it's worth seeing it.
Yeah,
See, it's
definitely.
really a movie that I wish I saw it. What, a week ago, a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
I really should have watched it one more time before we went into this, but
Mhm.
I don't even know what this movie, to be honest with you. It's
This is a movie you have to see for yourself
yeah,
and make your own judgment on.
yeah. I say
You
it's
know.
worth it just for the cinematography alone and Bill
Oh,
Oberst
definitely.
Jr.'s acting. Like his
Uh,
acting, I think elevates this film to better than it really like
yeah.
should have been. Like I feel like if he wasn't in it and it was just some Joe Schmo, it
Yeah.
wouldn't really have the same effect, you know.
I have to say though, best use of the word no since Revenge of the Sith.
In what way? Like,
That one scene where the chick jumps off the building, he's like,
oh yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. It was right up there with that Darth Vader no.
Wasn't he a war vet in the movie? Is that what it was? He did some
Yeah,
sketchy
he
things in the war.
he was like a war vet, and then he like I guess he came. I don't know whether
Murdered
he
a woman
came
or
back
something?
from the war or what, but
Didn't he murder a woman or something?
I think it was like his wife or something.
Yeah, and now like this person in this hell is like the wife or the woman or whatever.
It's weird.
Because there is some really creepy cinematography. Like there's a
Oh yeah.
scene where he's on the ground and he's looking up at like this dilapidated warehouse or something,
Hmm.
and there's this person you keep seeing throughout the movie, like this. It looks like pantyhose over your head with like a
Yeah.
red, like almost like the zodiac symbol or something. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like a shocking reveal when you realize it's a woman.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. Is it really a woman?
I mean, I guess it could be whatever. Like it may be
Because
something different to
yeah,
whoever
it's
is
got
experiencing
some
it.
weird like meat head thing at one point. I don't know.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. So, I mean, would you recommend it, or are you like, what would you rate it really? Like,
I would recommend it, especially for students of film.
yeah,
Watch this movie to see how you shoot a movie.
yeah, on a
You
low
know?
budget, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you could
for
tell the
sure.
budget was real low. It really is like a one location type movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like
most.
what? It's 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's real short.
Yeah, so yeah,
I'm
if
hoping more people watch it, and that's only because I want to see
maybe they'll
more
figure it out.
theories. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
want to see theories on YouTube or breakdowns or whatever.
That's it.
Maybe in the
That's it
future,
right there.
I think.
It's a theory movie.
Yeah, I think in the next week or two, me and you got to do a commentary on it
Yeah.
and really break it down as we're seeing it. I think that's the
Yeah.
only way we can do it. You know what I mean?
I think so, yeah. Cuz it's like I don't know. This movie would like let's put it this way. If David Lynch watched this movie,
Yeah.
he'd have no clue what was going on.
Yeah, I was literally about to
And
say
that's
that.
saying something.
I was literally about to say, if you're a fan of David Lynch movies, this movie is right up your alley.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so look forward to that. In the next sometime in the next week or two, that we'll do a commentary on this because
Yeah.
I really need to see the scenes as they're happening again to really get my thoughts fully
Yeah.
around it. It's
Yeah,
but
it's an odd one.
Yeah, let's move on to like the main one here that we wanted to talk about,
Oh yeah,
and that's Record of Sweet Murder. So anybody that kind of feels cheated that we didn't talk too much about this, we'll make it up with the commentary.
yeah,
Like I really didn't think about how difficult it was going to be to talk about that movie.
yeah. Well, it's odd.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's its own thing. I
yeah,
don't think I don't know if you could even really call it like a movie.
yeah. See, to me, in my eyes, like if I was like going to make like a Unearthed Films like family tree or something,
Yeah,
there's the essentials, which I would say are like the guinea pig movies, maybe Aftermath Genesis,
yeah,
stuff like that. Like, uh, there's the essentials, 100 tiers.
yeah,
This I would put on the non-essential. Like maybe this is the kind of title you would pick it to maybe buff up your Unearthed Films collection. Like I
yeah,
would put that in the same category as say Sheepskin. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or like
yeah,
Nails. Like Nails was cool, but to me
yeah,
it's not a must-own
yeah,
Unearthed film. I put this on the
yeah,
second tier. Like it's still good, but it's not an essential Unearthed film viewing as opposed to this one we're talking about now
yeah,
is an essential.
definitely,
Like if you're making an Unearthed film starter pack, Record of Sweet Murder should be in there.
definitely.
In the same way Brutal should be in that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Record of Sweet Murder, general plot for that is it's a found footage movie and it's in one take or made to look like one take in the same way like Silent House was,
Yeah,
or like that there was a Hitchcock movie that was done in one take.
yeah,
Not a lot of people are able to pull that off, so you got to give it props at the beginning for being able to pull that off.
yeah, definitely.
But anyways, but the general plot is it opens with like this reporter, this woman, and she's talking about how one of her childhood friends is this serial killer, killed like 18 people or something, and he
Yep.
reached out to her, telling her to get a cameraman and I'll only trust you and all that. So it's a cool story,
Mhm.
kind of from the beginning. I mean, it's similar to say, what was it, Man Bites Dog,
Yeah.
and it's similar to
Yeah.
the Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
It's basically that kind of story, but it's in a real different way. And
Yeah.
that's essentially the movie is they go meet him at this creepy ass apartment complex, and
Yeah.
he basically unrolls this like theory or whatever to him, that basically saying, I guess his
Yeah.
younger sister got hit by a car when they were young, and he ended up going to this hospital, losing his mind, and he said God talked to him
Yep.
and told him he's got to kill all these people, and then it's finally revealed too he has to find a couple that are in love or something, or I
Yeah.
guess like a couple that is like truly in love to fulfill this prophecy to where she'll come back and all that. And then
Yeah.
it's kind of later revealed that they have these weird ass marks on the back of their necks, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, first of all, this random couple comes stumbling into this apartment. I don't know how in
Yeah.
the world they would stumble into this apartment.
That was the part I found that where the movie sort of took a turn
My only thing is
because
maybe they broke into this place to like have sex or something,
I would assume so.
because
What?
there's ropes roping this off. You couldn't just randomly stumble into it. You know what I mean?
No. No. What I found with it was up until that point, you'd always just sort of assumed like this guy is just crazy.
Yeah,
He's got this idea in his head and he's just nuts. But then essentially he uh, predicts that this Japanese couple are going to come in,
yeah,
and then they do.
yeah,
And you're like, wait a minute. Like, is he actually getting information?
yeah,
It everything sort of changes at that point.
yeah. I
You
agree.
know?
But yeah, some brutal stuff ensues. Like,
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, some really cool stuff. And yeah, there's even some rape thrown in for good measure. Um,
Can you really call it rape though? Because apparently, that was according to the guy. That's something she always wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not really rape.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I don't know.
And then and one thing too I want to say about that one couple.
Mm,
Remember when they kind of the one dude gets the edge over the main killer guy? Remember he starts like
yeah,
bashing his head into the chair and all that, and
yeah.
like, did you feel like I almost felt bad for the guy? Like, even though he
Oh,
was this psycho dude, like when he was like bashing his head into the chair, I was like, damn. Like
well, the thing is, what I found was as soon as, like I said, that turn happened, where it was like maybe there's something more going on here than just like the guy being crazy.
yeah,
That sort of changed his whole character for me.
yeah. Like I started
Up,
feeling sympathetic toward him.
yeah, it's like, well, these people showed up like he predicted they would. What if he's right?
Yeah. Well, he
So
he technically was. I mean,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean that's basically the general thing, and then it's kind of revealed that the whole prophecy has to be fulfilled by the reporter chick. He has to kill her, and then he
yeah,
has to kill himself.
yeah,
And then, there's this whole sentimental thing where she's like, "Oh, don't let me die for in vain," and all that. And this is probably like the most satisfying ending I've ever seen
yeah.
in an Unearthed film. Like I like the ending of a Bouquet of Guts and Gore a lot, just that
Oh
baby
yeah,
crying. But
yeah,
as far as this ending, blew me the fuck away, dude. Like
yeah.
I want to point out the cinematography. Like
Oh
when
yeah,
he goes on that roof and looks out on the town,
yeah,
I really dug that shot. Even before whatever happens, like when it's just like,
yeah,
could you imagine like in real life just standing on that roof, being able to look out on that whole entire city like that?
yeah. That would be wild. It really would.
Just bring a doob up there, a doobie or something. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, dude, like
yeah,
that would be crazy, bro.
yeah,
So I was impressed by that alone. And then
yeah,
all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, if you don't show me nothing, I'll never trust you again." Blah blah blah. And then
yeah,
like this, a really good effect, man. The
yeah,
clouds start swirling, and it
yeah.
looked good. Like it didn't look like shitty CGI like I was expecting.
No, not at all.
And then these like tentacles like throw him down, and
Yeah,
then all it's weird. Then all of a sudden he's traveled back to the
I
time, and
when that happened, well, let's just get into it. People who are listening to this have seen it more than
yeah,
likely.
yeah,
You know, it sends him back in time to when
yeah,
his sister or whatever dies, and he, you know, has to like save her or whatever. Now, what I find really neat about that scene is if you think about it from like a logical point of view, like you're like say you're a god of some sort and you want to bring this person back to life and all these other people who he's killed. To do it, you need all these lives.
yeah,
So he kills them all. What is the easiest way? And that would be simple. Just erase the original like event that caused all of it to happen.
yeah,
It's so logical.
yeah. Yeah. It blew me away. And then not only that, it brings
Mm,
it to another level. He decides to get hit by the car,
yeah,
and then it flashes to them going to a movie, and the
yeah,
camera like dropping, and it's the sister, the reporter, and the killer, but they're all happy and they're all cool, and
yeah.
everything goes about her day, and it's a happy ending. It's like I was not expecting it to have this happy ending.
No, and I mean,
Like
and
everything worked
the
out. They went to the
fact
movie.
that the fact that the camera falls and they find it, that just proves right there it actually happened.
Yeah,
It's not like this was all in someone's head or something. It there's like a genuine like supernatural element.
yeah,
And it's very rare, I've found at least, that you get the mixture of, the supernatural stuff with the like extreme like cinema type, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
Like,
definitely agree. I wasn't expecting that cinematic of an ending.
no, and it worked just perfectly.
It's bizarre to me it has a happy ending. Like, it's just, that's really, it is rare.
Well, especially for an unearthed film, yeah.
Yeah. It may be the only one with a good ending.
I can't think of any others.
Yeah. Like, that is,
well, maybe Flowers. It could be argued.
yeah. But yeah, dude, and then there's the shot where you see the little tentacle things floating in space or
Yeah,
whatever dimension it was in. Like,
yeah. That that's my one complaint about the movie is that the cover kind of spoiled it.
yeah, they really shouldn't have put those
Yeah,
tentacles there because even like when you said, "Oh, there's a twist," I was like, "Oh, does it got to do with the tentacles flying out of the sky?"
yeah. But then I said, it's like, no, that happens, then something else happens, and
Yeah, I
yeah,
I definitely think that this it's in my top unearthed films. Like I even like it better than Brutal. Like if I was
yeah,
making a list, it would definitely be like 100 Tears, Bouquet of Guts and Gore,
mhm,
and this.
yeah.
And then
I,
it would
I'd
be Brutal, and then probably Song of Solomon.
yeah, I'd have like this and Brutal probably like really, really close. Like there'd be like a 1 point difference between them.
And didn't you say
You know,
Song of Solomon is still your number one though?
I love Song of Solomon.
Yeah,
I really do.
I loved
I
it
said
too.
I
I just
said it
think I
over on Body Bags. It was my choice for movie of the year last year,
yeah.
or like release of the year, I should say, physical release of the year.
See,
Um,
I really loved it. I just think the only
mm,
thing holding me back is I'm burnt out on exorcism movies.
I know what you mean.
Like if I would have saw this maybe 5 years ago or something,
Yeah,
like I would have felt different. It's just one of those things with exorcism movies. It's
I know what you mean. They can.
like even though they did do new stuff, it still feels like there's nothing new. Even though there
I
was
know
some
what you mean.
really there, like I do give it props. If I was gonna watch
Mm,
an exorcism movie, it would be The Exorcist and then this.
yeah,
You know?
for sure. Yeah, I love Song of Solomon. I think it's just pretty much a masterpiece.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite unearthed film.
Yeah.
Like it definitely. I'm anxious. I'm anxiously waiting for unearthed film's release of Serbian film.
Oh yeah,
Like, are you
definitely.
definitely picking that one up or?
For sure. I'm picking that up. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the sort of thing I never found Serbian film overly shocking or anything,
neither
but
did I.
maybe it's just because I it was hyped up so much before, like, oh, it's so shocking, it's so shocking, it's so shocking, and then you hear about these scenes that are so shocking, and then you see it, and it's just kind of okay.
Yeah, I mean the scene with the baby. It's shocking in a sense of like when you think about what's being done. But it's
Yeah,
not like they showed like insertion and all this crazy shit. But it's like the idea of it
yeah,
is intense. Like I found it more brutal, him like fucking the body and him like chopping the head off with a machete. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Or even the fact of just remember in the movie him he like goes into this room. Remember there's that like little girl just like sitting on a chair, and you're like,
yeah,
what? Like that was like a weird vibe, you know?
yeah. And also, apparently, their release is like an extended cut.
Yeah, they need to hurry
So
with it, dude. How long have I've been hearing about this forever?
they've been working on it for a while. From what I know, there's been a bit of an issue, like with the new footage, with like making it match up to the old footage. I guess with
Wasn't there
color timing and everything, and
wasn't there something with the dude who directed it? Like there was some kind of sketchy going on or something?
I think there was something like
Like he was offering the rights to another company or something?
something like that. I get the idea. That's all been worked out by now.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't know. Maybe like
Who re-
miscommunication or something.
who released the original DVD? Was it like just some company no one's heard of?
I think so, yeah. Just
Okay.
some. It was just like some random
Yeah,
company,
because they
you
did
know.
the special edition is just a piece of cardboard
Yeah,
with the tip,
yeah,
with basically a CDR case taped to the cardboard. I do think that is cool though,
yeah,
just for the quality. It's supposed to be like a snuff type thing.
yeah. My whole thing with a Serbian film was, it feels like a movie because it is a movie.
Yeah. No, it
But
has it has a lot higher quality than it should. Like
yeah,
it has the visual quality of like an A-list film.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like like that. It's a theater quality production. Like the camera,
Hmm.
there's nothing about it that's low budget to me.
No, and also though, like I always found Bouquet of Guts and Gore to be more shocking than Serbian film, and I
Well,
think the
that's because it's just
reason,
non-stop gore.
yeah, well, not just that, also the fact it's played as like a snuff film,
Yeah.
like it's like real like footage type thing, where Serbian film is, very much a movie. It's a movie with extreme stuff that happens, but how can I put? There's like a just like a difference in feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least that's how I find it.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
But then this, I definitely give Record of Sweet Murder like my highest recommendation I can give as far as extreme films or unearthed films go.
Oh yeah.
It's a definite must buy. Like it's an
I
essential.
yeah. I would say if there were three unearthed films that you like, that everyone should see, Record of Sweet Murder definitely falls in that three.
See, but you'd put Song of Solomon in there, and like would you put Record of Sweet Murder over Bouquet of Guts and Gore or no?
Mm, if it was like literally just three, that's all you could pick. I would say Bouquet of Guts and Gore, Record of Sweet Murder, and Song of Solomon.
So you'd put Record of Sweet Murder over 100 Tears also?
Uh, you know what? Yeah. I mean, I love 100 Tears, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like it's your like low budget splatter awesomeness.
No, I agree.
But,
I'd put Record of
a lot
Sweet
of
Murder over it
people,
too.
yeah, a lot of people wouldn't, don't aren't entertained by splatter.
Yeah, and another thing is
You
like
know?
100 Tears looks cheaper
Oh, it
than
does. Yeah,
Record of Sweet Murder does.
yeah. But I mean, well, yeah. Record of Sweet Murder feels like it should. It was. I don't know if it was actually a theatrical release or not in Korea and Japan, but it
It
wouldn't
looks like it could
surprise
have been.
me. Yeah, it doesn't look like direct to video.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I have a special connection with 100 Tears just because it was my first unearthed
Yeah,
film, and B, that it was literally filmed and takes place less than an hour away from me.
that's awesome.
That's the Kearney town of Florida. Like it's like right near Tampa, and I'm like 45 minutes away from it.
Yeah,
So everything was more familiar to me.
yeah, and hell, it's a Marcus Cook movie.
Yeah,
That's reason enough to like it.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
I hope y'all listen and enjoy. We pretty much gave y'all like an extra 45 minutes to an hour of what we actually planned on recording. So,
yeah,
but yeah. So we'll have more
yeah,
on our film stuff. We kind of like wanted to combine these two into one because we've been watching
yeah,
so much Unearthed film stuff. Like
yeah,
it's getting to the point where we should retitle our podcast the Unearthed Films Podcast. But
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we'll do a commentary this week on Dist. It is only an hour long. It'll be quick.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that'll be coming just because I do want to break that down more.
Yeah, it needs a bit more
Yeah, like I'm literally
than
like
we
doing it.
can,
Yeah, I'm doing
you
it
know.
more for me than the listeners, to be brutally honest. Just because I want to know more about it, really.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hope y'all
Yep.
enjoy. This was Corey's Crypt.
This was BDG Reviews.
Peace.
Peace.